Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today is another video on Bought and Played. This time is for April 2026, even though it's releasing like incredibly late May. I'm sorry, I have been on holiday and it's been my birthday, so I've not been doing anything for the videos. But let's just get straight into it now with EU4 Conquest of Paradise. Conquest of Paradise, if you didn't know, as I said, is a DLC for EU4, shocking, I know, that adds content to the Americas and was released in 2014, 12 years ago, back in my day. But the good thing about it is that Conquest of Paradise allows your colonies to become autonomous and form their own nations inside your empire, so like the British dominions, like around the 1930s, like South Africa, Australia, New Zealand and that, they just govern themselves under you, basically. Not like autonomous regions, but more like their own separate entity. Another good thing about it is that like tribal / native nations, I don't know what you really want to call them, in the Americas gain a new mechanic where they can migrate to other lands. So instead of like invading like uncolonized land or just taking it, you have to actually move there and basically trade what you have for it. The bad stuff though about this content is that it's basically all for the Americas, which kind of suck to play, and just some of the new mechanics also overcomplicate the existing nations. Another bad thing though, probably the worst thing, it's kind of the worst thing, kind of a good thing, but it's that the content, some of the content in the DLC is available for free now, which I wouldn't say is a bad thing, but assuming you're still charging for the DLC and like 50%, I don't know how much, is included for free in the base game now, I just don't know how, like, that's, I don't know. But yeah, it's a bit annoying that some of it's free, but then they're still charging for it, like, makes no sense to me, but it is Paradox, so. But overall, give EU3 or EU4 Conquest of Paradise, not EU3. Has anyone ever played the EU3? I don't know. But overall, I'll give EU4 Conquest of Paradise a star rating of 1.5. EU4 Wealth of Nations. I wanted to build a bit of suspense, so yeah. But Wealth of Nations is a DLC for EU4 that adds new trade mechanics and was also released in 2014. This one was later though. I do my videos by alphabetically, so if there's like a DLC, it will be after, time wise, like if there's stuff with the same name as well. I thought I'd just say that because I don't think I've ever said that in any previous videos. But good things about Wealth of Nations, it has the ability to move your trade capitals to areas of higher trade and income, so it doesn't have to just be in your actual capital, so you can focus up on building what you want, I suppose, rather than just forcing build your capital, so it gives you more incentive to build up elsewhere as well. Another good thing about Wealth of Nations, it adds the ability to create or build canals, I don't know what you want to word it as, to decrease the length of time it takes to trade and just, I suppose, move ships in general, which is quite good. Like you can build the Suez Kill Canal. Don't know what else you can do. And bad things, however, about this DLC is that, again, with Conquest of Paradise, that a lot of the content has been integrated into the base game, so you get less for your money, which I suppose is a good thing. But then why still charge the set price it was when it originally came out, even though you get less? I mean, I did get for cheaper, bear in mind, like £1 or £2 each, but usually I think it's about £6 to £8. I'll throw it up on the screen for how much the DLCs are with the ones that are like this. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. And another bad thing, well, it's not narratively bad, it's more like a mixed thing, is that the DLC is only only really good for mercantile nations to begin with, like Venice, Genoa and the Netherlands, because like if you have bad trade, what's the point of getting a trade DLC? Like, if your nation's going to be bad with trade, why get... Like, it's a fine DLC, but it's also similar to Conquest of Paradise, just depends on what you want to do. But overall, I would give Wealth of Nations a star rating of 2.5. EU4 Res Publica. Res Publica is a DLC for EU4 that adds a new government and, well, a government type, and content for the Dutch sort of nations like the Lowlands. It was released in 2014. Good things for it is that it adds content for the Dutch nations, which allows you to decide to play as the orangist monarchists or the statists who are more like Republican of an elected government. And that's probably the only good thing, because this DLC is, yeah, it's something. The bad things about it though is that with what is it called? The Wealth of Nations adding the content to the Dutch as well, Res Publica just feels like it was meant to be a fix or more content for the last DLC. It just feels like an update. It doesn't really change much, it's just more detailed version of the last one. And again, with the other DLCs, content has been added to the base game. I mean, I will say these DLCs are over a decade out and that's cheap, so I can't really argue with what you get, because you are still getting things, but not as much. But overall, I'll give EU4 Res Publica a star rating of 2.5. EU4 Eldorado. Eldorado is a DLC for EU4 that adds a custom nation designer and content for Central and South American nations, and was released in 2015. I need to check this. I will get it right. Please be 2015. Yes, 2015. Woo! But yeah, the good thing about this DLC is that it adds the custom nation designer, which allows you to pick your land, rule ideas, and that sort of stuff. And another good thing is one of the nations, so I find this quite funny, will kill your ruler and their family unless you sacrifice people or take your neighbour's land. So basically I'm pretty sure you have to reform an empire or just own certain places, and if not, your whole family will die. It's quite funny. The bad things about Eldorado though is that the events added with it are just quite lackluster, like Cities of Gold. They don't really do anything or all that worth of it. As again with the other EU4 DLC, some content's available in the base game, but this is definitely the best DLC out of the four, so I'm going to give it a star rating of 3.5. Hard Space Shipbreaker. Hard Space Shipbreaker is a game set in space. Wow, where you break down ships for scrap. Oh my god, this is shocking. And was released in 2022. The good things about this game is that it's quite relaxing, stressless game. I suppose similar to Power Simulator, you can do basically what you want in whatever order at your own pace. And it also has a very good soundtrack that fits with the gameplay well. The bad things about the game is that its story is pretty boring and actually takes away from the gameplay. Usually it's the other way around, the story can be really good and the gameplay bad, but this is an exception to that rule. Another bad thing is that controls are quite annoying to learn. You need to remember them because you need different equipment for basically everything, like moving items, dismantling it. You get a grappling hook and a laser cutter thing, but once you get used to it, it'll be fine. It's just like hard to come back to and that. But overall, I'll give Hard Space Shipbreaker a star rating of 4.5. Hearts of Iron 4 Peace for Our Time. Hearts of Iron 4 Peace for Our Time is a DLC for Hoi4 that adds content for Czechoslovakia and only Czechoslovakia. That might seem weird, but I'll get into why I rate it like that. Good things about it though is that the new content makes the Czechs way better rather than just becoming a protector or doing basically nothing. You can build up more forts and industry through focuses. This is where the thing I said comes back to though, is in the bad. It's also pretty overpriced for content for one nation. But it's Czechoslovakia, is it not Czechs and Slovakia? No, it's just for the Czechs, and Slovakia and the Rights Protectorate Bowen Moran get no content, but I'm pretty sure Carpatho Ukraine is a new releasable. I might be wrong on that, but you can release them through a focus anyway. But overall, I'll give Hoi4 Peace for Our Time a star rating of 2.5. Puyo Puyo 1 Sega Ages. Puyo Puyo is a puzzle game featuring different coloured ball creatures and For Sega ages, Puyo Puyo 1 Portal was released in 2019, only on the Switch. And good things about this game is that it's pretty easy to learn but hard to master, and with its short story mode it works really well. Like, it's only got about 12-13 levels, and it teaches you the game well, I suppose. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's like another game you can play at your own pace. Just pick up, put it down, do a level or so. Yeah. And as it's a port of the old game, it adds multiplayer and a save reload system, which is really good. The bad things about it though is, due to being port of an old game, with the port being old as well, the multiplayer is underpopulated and basically unplayable. Like, you would wait for ages to even find a match, and that's if you're lucky. Another thing I find bad is that even on easier difficulties, the game is hard to beat and takes time, as each level has its own sort of strategy, which I quite like. The fact that it's got the AI, like each level character has its own strategy, that's really good. But learning it with each strategy can be a bit difficult at points. But overall, I'll give Puyo Puyo 1 a star rating of 3.5. Nuclear Throne. Nuclear Throne is a top-down roguelike shooter with pixel graphics and was released in 2015. Good things about it is that Nuclear Throne has a wide range of characters, weapons and enemies, which has a wider range of things to do in general in the game. The maps are also randomly generated, so no two runs are the same, unlike games say like 20 Minutes Till Dawn, Vampire Survivors, which are the same basic thing that repeats. It's actually just randomly generated areas. Bad things though is that the game's feel kind of relies on luck due to everything being randomised, which is sort of normal for a roguelike, but even ammo drops with weapons, and where you spawn end stages, because the stage appears whether you last killed an enemy. So if you kill an enemy right on top of you, you can't go back to look for loot and stuff, which is a bit annoying. And also some enemies can kill your screen, especially in stage 2, the sewer, where obviously is made worse by fog. But these are sort of more nitpicks rather than straight bad things. They're just things that are a bit annoying. But overall, I will give Nuclear Throne a star rating of 5. It's a really good roguelike. It's just little 2 bits that can be a bit annoying. But once you know it can happen, you don't really notice it as much. And that's why I'm going to give it a star rating of 5. Thanks for watching this Sport and Played for April 2026. I'm saying this because it's coming out in very late May, which is quite funny actually. And the next video is the Miku cards second part, and on the gaming channel it's going to be Hoi 4 A to Z in Old Red Blues, starting with the 215th. So yeah, hopefully you see that or any of them, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.